Hyundai Tucson.
Well, we said around 3:15.
Testing. Bring your battery
We good to get started, Joanna? Okay, perfect. All right. Good evening, everyone. To the folks in the AV booth, we are going to get started so we can pause the music and dive right into the ceremony for the evening. Good afternoon, Rutgers administration, students, faculty, and staff. Welcome to the annual School of Arts and Sciences Newark Awards ceremony. We could not be more excited to see you all here this afternoon, in person, to celebrate our incredible 2022 awards recipients. My name is Spencer. Woo! My name is Spencer Carrion, and I will be one of your MCs for the evening, along with my amazing colleague, Chaz Falens.
Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. So thank you for joining us this afternoon. Our annual awards ceremony, which is one of our favorite events every year. And like Dean Carrion said, it's an amazing time to be back in person this year. Definitely glad to be here in Paul Robeson Center with all of our amazing SASN students. We're going to have a great night. Today, we have some of our best and brightest students on campus that deserve to be recognized for their accomplishments.
Got a height difference here. Tonight, we will begin with some opening remarks from the incomparable Dr. Sophia Pinto Figueroa, followed by a keynote address from the one and only Dean Jacqueline Mattis. Then we will proceed with announcing all of our 2022 awards and their recipients by academic department. You can follow along with the order of the ceremony in your program. Each one should be at your seat.
Just a couple notes. Please note that as you get your award, there is a step and repeat right to the left. We have our amazing photographer, Mr. Fred. I don't know where he's at. Shout out to Mr. Fred in the back right there. He's going to be taking great pictures all night. So definitely feel free to go over there and take a picture. With that being said, once you've concluded with the formal ceremony, our cocktail reception will begin. So please join us for food, refreshments that are directly around the rooms. We have our drinks, our amazing Shirley Temples, our dessert table, international cheese table. It's going to be a great time tonight, guys.
All right, so without further ado, we'd like to invite Dr. Sophia Pinto Figueroa, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Education and Dean of Academic Services, to the stage to kick us off for tonight's ceremony.
So if they thought they had a height difference, imagine me. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes? Okay, great. Welcome to our 2022 annual awards ceremony. We are honored and so ecstatic to be celebrating our talented and exceptional SASN scholars in person this year. This event has been a tradition at the university, and as we all know, one that we had to move to a virtual space for the last 2 years. However, we are back and we are excited to be here, and we appreciate each and every one of you for coming out to celebrate our wonderful students. I would like to take a few moments to acknowledge everyone that was able to make it today. First, I'd like to acknowledge Chancellor Cantor, Executive Vice Chancellor Butterfield, Vice Chancellor John Gunkel, Dean Jacqueline Mattis, who you'll be hearing from in a few minutes, all of the School of Arts and Sciences faculty, staff, administration, the Rutgers Newark Alumni Association. Sorry, we should have clapped for the faculty. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited to get Dean Mattis up here, so apologies. Rutgers Newark Alumni Association, The, the Division of Continuing Studies, Joe Walsh. And of course, most importantly, all of the students that are being honored today. Before we kick off with the awards, I have the distinct privilege to introduce our incredible Dean, Dr. Jacqueline Mattis. Dean Mattis earned her BA in psychology from New York University and her master's and PhD in clinical psychology from the University of Michigan. Prior to assuming the role of Dean of SASN, or as we like to call her, Dean of Everything, she has served as Professor of Psychology and Associate Department Chair for Diversity Initiatives in the Department of Psychology at the University of Michigan. She also co-directed the Center for the Study of Black Youth in Context. She previously served as chairperson of the Department of Applied Psychology at New York University Steinhardt School of Culture, Education, and Human Development. I do also want to mention that her research focuses on the role of religion and spirituality in the lives of African American and Afro-Caribbean youth and adults, and on the factors that are associated with positive psychological and psychosocial development of urban residing African Americans and Afro-Caribbeans. I could be here forever talking about the amazing work that Dean Mattis has done, but I know you want to hear from her directly. Dean Mattis has received a number of awards and has been recognized for her mentorship and teaching. To all of the student scholars in the room today, if you have not yet had the opportunity to meet her, I highly recommend that you come up to her tonight after the awards and introduce yourself. She is amazing to talk to, and she would love to talk to each and every one of you. I hope you don't mind. You might be here all night, but I know that you would love to. Without further ado, I present to you our keynote speaker, Dean Jacqueline Mattis.
Now, I'm going to say good afternoon. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm going to say good afternoon, but before I say that, I need you to know that I'm the grandchild of ministers. So when I say good afternoon, you got to come back with something strong, right? So we've been through this once before. So let's start. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I love it. I love it. We will be passing the collection plate in 20 minutes, and I will not sing because it will traumatize you. I am so honored to have this opportunity to be here as a part of this event. The opportunity to not only meet all of our phenomenal students, but to also be in the presence of faculty, the staff, the leaders who have helped to get you here. This is just an extraordinary moment. So I'm as excited as possible. And as Dean Pinto Figueroa said, I am going to stay behind because I definitely want to meet each of you. So please come up. I will come up to you. If I'm bothering you, just say, lady, leave me alone, and I'll honor it. But congratulations to all of you. This afternoon, we are celebrating you. We're honoring your excellence in scholarship and service. We're acknowledging your discipline and your commitment and the impact that you've had on the Rutgers Newark community and the communities beyond these walls. As we acknowledge you, we are also clear that no one rises, no one achieves any level of distinction or excellence alone. So, before we proceed, let's take a moment to acknowledge your families, your partners, your friends, mentors, children, instructors, the staff, and everyone who made your achievement possible. Let's just take a moment to just honor them. This is a time when I encourage you to stop. We're so busy and we're so, most of us are so overwhelmed with the everythingness of every moment that we're not taking moments to stop and just think about what we have done. So in this moment when we're honoring you, I'm going to ask you just to stop and reflect on all of the years, all of the months, all of the nights that you spent up, all of the days that you spent engaging in the work, the scholarship that you are being honored for today. Stop and take a moment and reflect on the enormity of what you have achieved. As a university, we try to make sure that we can change lives. That's our primary endeavor. We cultivate imaginations. We work in the realm of ideas. We invent, we engage, we change, we create, we lead. That's what we do. And along the way, we have to always figure out how we can calibrate our success. We wonder what it will look like when the best among us get it. You are the measure of our dreams. You get it. You who have shown your work over these past few months and years and have shown that you have the capacity and the will to excel. You, in a university of thousands, have stood out as exceptional. You are our dream. And we celebrate you. And we know that your work is not over. So I want to suggest that you carry 4 things with you. Those of you who know me know I'm always telling people to carry things with them. So I'm going to suggest that you carry 4 things with you that I think about as really key to your success. And those things are a bumblebee, an elastic band, a piece of string, and something to write on, right? So I'm going to start with a bumblebee. When I was little, my mother engaged my ability to just sit and daydream. And we would spend hours, I was born in Jamaica, we would spend hours sort of sitting out in the backyard watching bumblebees. And one of the things that my mom explained to me is that bumblebees make no sense. They should not be able to fly, right? Aerodynamically, they do not make sense. Their bodies are too big, their wings are too small. And in fact, for centuries, people were really challenged by how are these things flying? And in fact, there are scientists who theorize that they don't fly, despite the fact that they saw them flying, right? So one of the things that I love about bumblebees is that they are fundamentally unconcerned with our inability to understand their flight. We need to internalize the spirit of the bumblebee. It is not your business. It is not your charge to explain to anyone why you are succeeding. It is simply your responsibility to fly. So carry with you an image of a bumblebee. Please do not carry an actual bumblebee. That's a bad idea. So the second thing that I'm going to encourage you to carry with you is an elastic band. We are often made to believe that the world is rigid, it's full of rules, and that we have to be constrained by them. We often say things like, that's just the way it is, right? That's how this institution is. There's nothing that we can do about it. But here's the truth. This world is and always has been wider, more wonderful, and more elastic than we often acknowledge. The worlds that we live in are designed for change. And here's why that's important. And here I'm going to paraphrase a quote from one of my favorite authors, James Baldwin. James Baldwin says, "The place in which you will fit will not exist until you make it." The world didn't contemplate you. It didn't contemplate the complexity and the brilliance of you. But what is wonderful is that the world is changeable. It's bendable. If you push and stretch and insist and you move, you will invent the world where you fit in. And you'll invent a world of joy and justice and excellence. And you've already shown that. The third thing I'm going to suggest, again, is a piece of string. One of my closest friends, Maninder, is Sikh. And one of the things that I get to celebrate with her at a distance is an event that exists, or a celebratory moment that exists in her religion, where siblings honor each other. So she ties a string around her brother Gurinder's wrist, and then he gives her a car. I don't understand that exchange, but that's what happens every year. But one of the things that Maninder explains to me is that Gurinder will wear that string around his wrist every day until it dissipates, until it simply evaporates and it falls apart, and then she will replace it with another string. And that string represents for him and for her and for the family the fact that they are always tied. He is always connected to her, and he will never forget that. Let the string you carry symbolize the connections you have to people who will get you to the places where you need to be. One thing that I'm always amazed at is if we look around us, the things that are made of cloth, the things that are made of leather, the things that are bound together are bound by string. Something that seems infinitely tender, infinitely vulnerable, very breakable. All of us are clothed right now because there are strings holding us together. The wonder of the things that we often miss, the connections that allow us to be able to be held together in the moments when we need to be held together. Those things are things that we should never forget. So carry string with you to remind you of all of those who are wrapped around you in your most vulnerable moments. And finally, travel with something where you can write your dreams down. Those ideas and desires that are fanciful and that have just a bit of magic in them. Keep track of your dreams, not just your thoughts, but your dreams, your wildest thoughts and hopes, the desires that keep you going. That is what makes life rich. Every impossible thing that exists because someone dreamed it. Take your dreams into every area of your life, including the work that you are so privileged to do. And as Toni Morrison said, as you enter positions of trust and power, dream a little before you think. If we have been successful as a university, we will have left you with the kind of magic that lets you know that you have inherited a world that is still in the process of being made. And we will remind you that you are still in the process of being made. I implore you to spend at least part of your day imagining and dreaming. Be intentional about how you make yourself. Be intentional about how you make the relationships that you are engaged in. Be intentional about how you make the spaces that you get to occupy. Then go out and make the world. Congratulations on all that you have done. I get the honor of being able to give the awards to the first two awardees tonight, one of whom is here and one who is unable to be with us. So the first award goes to Akshay Warrior, who is not going to be able to be with us. Akshay came to Rutgers Newark from New Mexico. He's a biology major and psychology minor. He is also enrolled in our honors college and prestigious 7-year accelerated BA MD program with the Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School. After completing his undergraduate degree in 3 years, this May, he will be starting medical school this summer. So although Akshay is not able to be with us, we will celebrate him. Our second award goes to Abigail Isaac. Abigail is a biology major and psychology minor from Bayonne, New Jersey. Abigail was selected for the competitive SASN Summer Undergraduate Research Fellowship last summer, where she worked on a research project with her research mentor, Dr. Mauricio Delgado. Her research focused on the relationship between scarcity and social reward valuation. Abigail will start medical school this summer at Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School.
Thank you, Dean Mattis. We are going to go ahead and get going with the awards now. So the next award is going to be the Richard Robie Memorial Award. This award is given annually to a graduating senior for excellence in an area of study that reflects the scholarly interests of Richard C. Robie, former Dean of the College and Professor of American Studies. This year's recipient is Molly Stevens. I'm going to invite Molly to come on up. Okay, our next award is going to be our CAR Academic Scholars. So I'm actually going to invite the recipients up and then I'll read the award. So if I can have Morgan Brevard. You can clap, yeah? Come on up. Gabriela Encarnacion. Jonathan Estefanis. Abigail Isaac. Katerina Martillo. Bianca Pereira. Maya Serrano, and Akshay Warrior. The Carr Scholarship is named for James Dickinson Carr, the first African American graduate of Rutgers University. He was a Phi Beta Kappa inductee in 1891. He graduated from Columbia Law School in 1896 and became a member of the New York Bar Association. He was later appointed Assistant District Attorney of New York County. The scholarship has been in existence within the university since 1985. It is awarded to deserving incoming first-year and transfer students who demonstrate academic promise and who score well on the SAT or ACT. Congratulations to our Carr Scholars.
I would now like to welcome Professor Claudio Stan to the stage to present our next award.
Hello, good afternoon. It's my pleasure to present the Charles Pine Memorial Award Fund, which is given annually to New York College Arts and Sciences graduate and senior in recognition of outstanding academic achievements in the areas of mathematics and science. And this year, the award goes to Max Morozek, who is a physics major. So let me tell you a couple of things about Max. He joined us as a transfer from the Passaic County Community College, and he joined us as a valedictorian with a 4.0 GPA, 1 summer of research experience, and 1 paper published. When he was with us, he maintained his 4.0 GPA. He did an even more prestigious summer research experience. He did research with me for 1.5 years. And what I can tell is that when he came to my group, I knew that he was good. So actually, I made a project, a difficult project for him, which you normally give to a junior graduate student. And right from the start, he was able to come to me with these little discoveries, which are actually extremely important because they motivated me to put myself more work in the project. And now we are to the point where this difficult part of the project that we're doing is actually almost complete. So Max will go and do a PhD in physics at Lehigh University. And while I'm sad that he didn't choose to stay with us, I also know that he made a good choice because he's going to an area of physics in which I also did my PhD. And I know that this is actually a very good match for his interest in fundamental physics. So congratulations, Max.
Thank you for that. And now I'd like to bring to the stage Ms. Rafiza Shahabuddin, President of Rutgers Newark Alumni Association, for our next award.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Rutgers Newark Alumni Association, many congratulations to Michaela Kelly on being selected as this year's winner of the John Falstick NCAS Alumni Award. The award, established by the RNAA and named in memory of former NCAS Dean John Falstick, is given to Michaela in recognition of her overall excellence in academics, extracurricular activities, and community service. Michaela is a political science major with a minor in international affairs. She serves as the president of international relations, is a model UN delegate, and is a peer advisor in academic services. The RNAA serves all alumni of the Newark College of Arts and Sciences, as well as the Graduate School, Newark. The purpose of the association is to advance the best interests and well-being of Rutgers University by engaging all alumni in the life of the institution through communication, programming, services, and volunteer opportunities. Once again, Michaela, best wishes on receiving this award and your graduation from Rutgers University. and good luck to you in your future endeavors.
Thank you very much. We would now like to welcome Ms. Laura Madera to the stage to present the Academic Foundation Center Award.
Good afternoon. My name is Laura Madera. I am an EOF counselor. That's the Educational Opportunity Fund housed under the Academic Foundation Center. And today I have the pleasure to award our Community Service Award to a graduating senior. Her name is Habiba Rao. Round of applause for her. Thank you. So before we have Habiba join us, I just wanted to say a few words about her accomplishments. So Habiba joined the EOF program in 2017. She is majoring in biology and a minor in chemistry. Yes, I got that right. Okay, so she is graduating, and after this, she's moving on to dental school. So during the spring of 2021, Habiba learned about a social advocacy group formed by students in the 1970s called the New Jersey Public Interest Research Group, NJPIRG. So recognizing the importance of being active not only inside the classroom but also outside of the classroom, Habiba decided that she was going to volunteer. She started working with the Renewable Energy Campaign virtually, and within 2 months of her involvement, Habiba was selected to coordinate the New Voters Project. This initiative was focused on registering students to vote. Habiba registered 182 students on campus to vote for the governor's election in the fall of 2021, and she organized Constitution Day, National Voters Education Week, and Election Day. I thought that was very impressive. In addition to being a campaign coordinator for the New Voters Project, she is now the vice chair of NJPIRG and campaign coordinator for the Zero Waste Campaign, where she organizes initiatives that reduce plastic usage on campus and encourage the use of reusable materials. It fills Habiba with great joy to see how her efforts have inspired and motivated other students to join the organization. She has now trained her successor. And Habiba's service has not only positively impacted the community, but it has transformed her before our very eyes. Habiba has acquired skills in advocacy, leadership, communication, event planning, and campaign coordination. She is also quite proud of her newfound confidence in social settings and public speaking and presenting, so we're very proud of her for that as well. A once shy and reserved freshman has flourished and become a confident, impactful leader and advocate who is not afraid of using her voice for good. Habiba, you have made us very, very proud. We believe in you. We look forward to celebrating everything that you are going to accomplish in the future, and it is with great honor that I would like to present you with the award, if you would please come up. Thank you.
We'd now like to bring, We'd now like to bring to the stage a distinguished professor and chair of the Department of African American and African Studies, John Kane.
Good afternoon. So it's my distinct pleasure today to give out a number of awards to these outstanding students in African American and African Studies. Our first award is the Wendell Jean-Pierre Award, and that goes to Jamesia Montague. This award was named in honor of Dr. Wendell A. Jean-Pierre, a former chairperson of the Department of African American and African Studies and a scholar on the Negritude poets, Césaire, Senghor, and Damas. It is given annually to the graduating senior who best exemplifies the department's mission to combine scholastic excellence with service to the field and to the community. Let me just say a little bit about Jamesia. She's an amazing person. We are delighted to present this award to Jamesia J. Montague, African American African Studies major and history minor. Jamesia is a Newark native and a first-generation college graduate. She came to Rutgers Newark as a Copperman College Educational Opportunity Fund and an HLLC scholar. During her time here at Rutgers Newark, she has done many incredible things. I mean, many. So I'm just going to give you some of them. She has served as an English teaching assistant TA for the Educational Opportunity Fund, EOF, and as an English tutor. She was a Clement A. Price Humanities Scholar, which granted her the opportunity to participate in a class-based summer program and allowed her to work on the Maroon Project. This project involved her giving approximately 12,000 masks and 3,000 hand sanitizers to local organizations in Newark, including, but not limited to, Newark Water Coalition, North Jersey Mutual Aid Fund, and Wyona's House. In addition, she began Muffled Voices, her digital archive, which provides accurate narratives of people with stigmatized identities, principally those with intersecting marginalized identities. Despite COVID-19 being in full effect, she served as a teaching assistant for navigating spaces, places, and identities, and for an intergroup dialogue course, volunteered for an organization, Artists Building Community. She was also chosen as the opening poet for Rutgers Newark Women's History Month event. She co-hosted an LGBTQIA+ event with Dean Martha Escalino, where people shared their coming out stories and queer poets performed some pieces. She also worked on a traveling exhibit which revitalized Chicory magazine and will be traveling to libraries in Baltimore, Maryland. Additionally, she joined the Queer Newark Oral History Project as a volunteer where she conducts interviews and vet transcripts. She then accepted, not done, it's a little bit more, it's amazing. She then accepted a paid internship at the Metropolitan Museum of Art and the Thomas J. Watson Library Department. In addition to this, she also accepted a job offer at the Newark Public Library working in the Charles F. Cummings New Jersey Information Center. And she was appointed by President Jonathan Holloway to be a member of the Student Advisory Committee, where she advocated for LGBTQIA+ students, BIPOC students, and students with disabilities. In her own words, quote, her time at Rutgers University Newark has elevated her knowledge, passion, and work to amplify marginalized voices as a social change leader in her community and to share knowledge with others. Congratulations, Jamesia. Our second award is the Merit Award, and that goes to Lakima Adams. The Merit Award recognizes high-achieving students in the field of African American and African Studies who have distinguished themselves in service to the field and to the community. Let me say a little bit about Lakima. We are delighted to present this award to Lakima Adams, African American and African Studies major and history minor. Lakima was born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. After completing her military obligations and temporarily leaving corporate America, Lakima returned to college and obtained her bachelor's degree from Rutgers Newark in January 2022. Before transferring to Rutgers, she attended Berkeley College, where she was on the Dean's List and President's List and served on the Student Government Association. While being a full-time student at Berkeley College, she mentored students, assisted them with developing their resumes, and prepared them to re-enter the workforce. She inspired Essex County to start a scholarship program that would assist low-income and impoverished students to be able to purchase resources for their college experience. During her time as a full-time student at Rutgers Newark, she donated resources and essential items to combat homelessness. She briefly mentored the NJ-PERG program and was invited to be a member of the Rutgers Student Veteran Organization 240 by Paul Lazaro. Lakima would often feed the homeless and donate monetary resources to the needy. While her humanitarian efforts to support her environment were limited, she knew that education would be the weapon to combat social and economic injustices. In her own words, quote, she profusely enjoyed studying African American and African Studies and reading material from Toni Morrison, Ida B. Wells, Lyndon Gill, Richard Wright, Earl Lovelace, Nicole Dennis Benn, Alexia Authors, and Edwige Danticat. Lakima loves to read, research, and study her history. Lakima is the first member of her immediate family to obtain their bachelor's degree. She does not intend on stopping and is planning to obtain her master's degree. Congratulations. final set of awards are the recognition awards. And the recipients of this award are with us today, Keisha Brewer, Annette Coleman, and Marietta Hutchinson. This award is given to the graduating seniors who, based on faculty recommendations, have demonstrated commitment to the field of African American and African Studies. I'll say a little bit about each of the three here with us today. Keisha Brewer, our first recipient, is a social work major in African American and African Studies minor. Keisha has worked in the helping field for 22 years. She chose African American and African Studies as a minor because she realized how vital it was to her development as a professional and Black woman. She's completing her studies with a grade point average of 3.8 and is a current member of the Phi Alpha International Honor Society. She plans to be of service to at-risk populations in our communities by advocating and continuing to educate herself. Congratulations. Our second recipient is Annette Coleman, social work major in African American and African Studies minor. She began her academic journey in 2019 and is the first and only to attend college and graduate among her siblings. She is the lead intern for the funding committees at SCORES Reentry, an agency to create opportunities for individuals impacted by the criminal justice system through poverty or substance abuse. Two of her siblings have departed, along with being hospitalized twice. She's looking forward to continuing her studies of records in the MSW program. And our final recipient is Marietta Hutchinson. Marietta Regina Hutchinson, social work major in African American and African Studies minor. Before joining Rutgers Newark, Marietta attended the City College of New York. She relocated to Irvington, New Jersey in 1990 and became the proud mother of one son, David Hutchinson. She will complete her BSW this May and start at Rutgers Graduate School of Social Work in June. Congratulations. Also, Landon Gaines, African American and African Studies major, history minor, and Isaiah Harris, video production major and African American and African Studies minor, also received recognition awards, but they could not join us this afternoon, but we salute their achievements as well. Congratulations to all our award winners and your well-earned achievements.
Thank you. Now, introducing the wonderful faculty from our Department of Arts, Culture, and Media to present their awards, starting with Ms. Colleen O'Neill.
Hi, everybody. My name is Colleen O'Neill. It's an honor to be here as a part-time lecturer presenting this award. So this is the Creative Achievement in Fine Arts. It's an award presented for outstanding accomplishments in the development of a personal vision, creativity, and excellence in the arts. This is being awarded to Jasmine Bacon. I didn't even have to think twice when I was asked who I would nominate. Yasmin is an exemplary student and has commitment, just like every student in here. I can't even begin to imagine how difficult it was to get through 4 years of school during COVID, having to go home, living with your parents sometimes, and then coming back and being able to stay committed not only to your work, but to studio practice, which is incredibly difficult. Yasmin's work started at the beginning of the year because this is a 2-semester course, and she was very interested in self-portraiture. And that self-portraiture changed a lot. Her new work is socially conscious artwork, and her self-portraiture is done through family research, and her own style is very free now. She started with very specific gridded types of paintings, which were fantastic. But throughout the year, she has been able to free that methodical way of creating artwork and still have immediacy in her mark making. Aside from that, she helps all of the other students in the class. She always shows up. She's always there to support them. And I think that's also really important, especially in the arts, because it's a community. So I couldn't be any more proud to present this award to Jasmine for all her accomplishments throughout the last 2 semesters and throughout her time at Rutgers. Congratulations.
All right. I'd now like to welcome Professor Rachel Mundy to the stage to present our next award.
Hi, I'm here to present the award for music excellence. This award is given to a student who has shown accomplishments and excellence in the study of music. Our awardee is Angelica de Mattis. She is an absolutely incredible person. I cannot even begin to describe her accomplishments. She has worked in law and medicine. She has worked in the chancellor's office. She has scholarships supporting her through women's leadership programs. She is absolutely incredible. I asked some of her professors to share some words to describe her. And the one that struck me the most is saying that she has a special intelligence, which I think is incredibly true. Angelica has the ability to find and articulate deep meaning in art and in life. She is empathetic and she is brilliant. I cannot be more pleased than I am to present this award to her.
Thank you. Now I'd like to welcome Professor Chantal Fitchsang to the stage to present our next award.
Good afternoon. It's down a lot. Such a joy to be here, and gather once again to celebrate our brilliant students. I am thrilled and honored to present the award for creative achievement in graphic design. This award is presented to our outstanding accomplishment for outstanding accomplishment in graphic design, reflecting creativity and dedication. Please join me on stage, Bianca Pereira, James Negri, Jasmine Bacon, and Joanna Januszkovich. Individually and collectively, the 4 students we honor today embody our graphic design program's mission to make use of their ideas, research, technical expertise, and of course, extensive creativity to offer innovative and meaningful additions to society. Jasmine Bacon is as honest and grounded as she is courageous and spirited. She is graduating with a double major in both fine arts and graphic design and managed to present 2 senior exhibitions in the last month. Anyone involved in a senior exhibition knows that completing 2 senior theses in a month is both insane and remarkable. So she's basically a superhuman. Jasmine shows great integrity, commitment, and purpose. She was a part of the initial phase of the collaboration between Visual Means and the Rutgers University New York Mellon Fellowship to engage our school community in the discussion and movement of racial reparations, and has continued to pursue to be involved as a research student for the initiative. Her senior graphic design multimedia capstone titled The Sons and Daughters of American Freedmen is a design-oriented abstraction of ethnic identity and the impact of lineage in American politics concerning racial reparations. Most importantly, this project reveals the complex racial and ethnic identity of Black Americans being worthy of sole recognition as a unique class by revealing outstanding figures of financial inequality between white and Black Americans, tapping into ancestry DNA, and creating awareness about historic movements and protests against white supremacy and institutional racism. Her powerful message was granted access by the city of Newark to be showed publicly. Two of her banners are currently wrapping the gate surrounding the base of the old Christopher Columbus statue removed in 2021 in Tubman Square. The banners read, "White supremacy has cost the USA more than $19 billion in anti-Blackness." And another one says, hashtag no taxation without reparations. Jasmine, please receive this award. Moving forward. Joanna Januszkovich was born and raised in Legnica, Poland, where she lived for 20 years, and where, even before attending college, she volunteered and contributed to art and design projects for cultural organizations, including the Legnica Culture Center, the Gallery of Art in Legnica, and the Legnica Jewelry Festival. While pursuing her studies in graphic design, Joanna has maintained an active full freelance position for an e-commerce company from Poland, which has inspired her focus on web-based technologies and user experience, as well as user interface design, all while maintaining an impressive 3.97 GPA. In class, and especially during critiques, Joanna has consistently been a voice of reason and precision, providing her classmates with generous feedback on both concept and form. She has contributed to significant projects within our Rutgers community. As part of Visual Means, Joanna worked on the brand identity and web redesign for the Meadowlands Environmental Research Institute, and most recently became a lead designer for the identity and website of Dialogue in a Time of Fracture, a series of events at Rutgers University Newark aimed at fostering conversation in this time of division, a project sponsored by the Chancellor's Office, the Mellon Foundation, and led by Professors Jennifer Bernstein, Jason Cortez, and Domingo Morel. Based on the premise, work to live and not live to work, Joanna's capstone titled The Future of Work is Hybrid offers a corporate-style campaign about the benefits of a hybrid work model, reflecting on how the pandemic has given us the opportunity to reevaluate working dynamics and structures and question our dependency of place without sacrificing profitability. Joanna will be graduating with a major in graphic design and a minor in art history. Upon graduation, she plans a short vacation before entering the job field in the US with the hopes of returning to Poland in the near future when the world feels a little safer. Joanna, please receive this award. James Negri is a true modern American mensch, a person of integrity and honor, and carries around a perfect 4.0 GPA. Born in Delaware and raised in New Jersey, James was homeschooled from kindergarten all the way until graduating from high school. After graduating high school, he joined the Marines and saw the world. He spent months living on the ship in the middle of the ocean and also experienced significant time in Singapore, Africa, Hong Kong, and Southern California. Needless to say, this experience provided James with a well-rounded perspective about life, people, places, and cultures. James is skilled at becoming skilled, especially with technology, including web-based media, AR, and VR. He manipulates software to develop work that is compelling, research-driven, insightful, and original. In class, James offers generous and sensible feedback to his classmates, always with a kind demeanor and a strong point of view. Being a part of Visual Means and the collaboration on racial reparations for 2 consecutive semesters. James became a lead designer for the project, which is currently framing an identity system and a toolkit involving community-oriented public education materials with an emphasis on economic justice. For his capstone titled Myconic, done in collaboration with his classmate Corey Robinson, they focused on the generative nature of fungi systems, presenting a series of multimedia projects exposing the intersection of biology and design as a way to reveal common ground between humanity and the natural world and raise environmental consciousness. James believes that success will follow a willingness to collaborate, a desire to absorb and learn from criticism, and an openness to ideas. Upon graduation, James intends to work in the crossover between design and new technology, and eventually pursue an MFA in communications design. James, please come and receive. Last but not least, Bianca Pereira is graduating with a major in graphic design and a minor in psychology. She is a designer and an illustrator, born in Newark and raised in Harrison. Bianca's work is impact-driven and human-centered. Through an interdisciplinary and collaborative approach, she creates work that is empathetic, optimistic, lighthearted, and brings joy to the viewer. She believes there is a sparkle in everyday moment. Beyond her coursework, Bianca has designed, she was a part of the design consortium in which she collaborated for the design of the Lives in Translation platform. And she has also created promotional materials for MAPS, the Minority Association of Pre-Health Students. In the last year, Bianca has been an intern at Medina City, a Newark-based marketing agency in which she develops printed and digital promotional materials and collateral for local brands. Focusing on the crossover of her areas of study, her capstone project titled Real versus Internet Self is a transmedia project inspired by Carl Rogers' self-concept theory, the real versus the ideal self, exploring the person you want to be and how you portray her in social media. Her project sheds light on how a medium holds power to manipulate and develop false self-narratives. Through 3 multidisciplinary applications, Pereira examines the social self, distortion of the self, and the empowered self. Upon graduation, Bianca hopes to work in publishing and one day write and design her own graphic novel. She will. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Our next 2 awards will be presented by Professor Gaitra Bahadur.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am very happy to be here this afternoon to present awards to 2 students who've shown enterprise and excellence in the field of journalism, Bilal Mashani and Carolyn Gonzalez-Sanchez. Please join us. The journalism program is thrilled to recognize Bilal Mashani for his excellent work in the program and for his diligence and his drive. Bilal possesses that rare spark that separates a good journalist from a potentially great one. Self-motivated with a fire in the belly for investigative journalism, he pursued an impressive independent investigative project about the lack of oversight and regulation in the emerging nootropics industry, the next danger zone after opioids. He went after the story with a sophistication about documents rare in someone so new to the profession. He also possesses another quality that separates the good from the great, a profound conscience about the reporting process and handling sources with dignity and respect. I expect that he'll be afflicting the comfortable and comforting the afflicted for the benefit of all of us very soon. Congratulations, Bilal. And the journalism program is also deeply pleased to recognize Carolyn Gonzalez Sanchez for her creative excellence and her outstanding scholarship. Her work is unfailingly marked by empathy, mature and nuanced thinking, and an ethics of care. Whether profiling a comedian with disabilities or excavating the redemptive turn in a gang member's life, Carolyn set herself apart with her sensitivity as an interviewer and her grace as a wordsmith. Her prose is vivid without being flowery, guided by sharp logic, uncluttered by cliche or sentiment. Her academic brilliance is clear and consistent, yet she does not take up space with a swollen ego by any means. Instead, there's a grounded confidence in the way that she demonstrates respect for her peers. She listens, she takes notes, she always brings insight to the table. Like Bilal, she understands not only the possibilities for social justice, but the call to social justice built into the profession. I really expect great things from both of them, and I know that they will both be moral beacons in the profession. And I want to thank them also for being such inspirations to me as a teacher. And I'm also going to present the Video Production Excellence Award, also to Bilal Mishani. This award is presented for outstanding accomplishment in development of creativity, dedication, and excellence in video production. Professor Kimi Takesui unfortunately had a family emergency that required she be overseas and is very sad not to be here to present this herself, but she did send a few words about Bilal that I would like to share with you. And this is from Professor Takesui. The video program is pleased to recognize Bilal Mishani for his creative excellence in filmmaking and for his outstanding work in the program. Bilal consistently brings nuance and a deep sense of compassion to his distinctive storytelling. In his filmmaking, he dives into a range of rich subject matter. In one screenplay, Bilal captures vivid childhood memories, visiting an uncle working at his bloodstained butcher shop who reminisces about his earlier life as a musician. In another film project, Atrophy, Bilal portrays the complex emotional challenges a young man faces while caring for his father with Alzheimer's. In each film project, Bilal brings his sensitive, unique, and observant eye to the material and creates an unforgettable sensorial experience for the viewer. Congratulations for your excellent work, Bilal. We look forward to your future achievements in filmmaking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And to present our last award from the Department of Arts, Culture, and Media, I welcome Professor Tim Raphael to the stage.
Good afternoon. This is always the best day of the year here, and I'm very privileged to be announcing the award for theater excellence in the program, in the theater program at Rutgers Newark. The recipient of this award has had a remarkable journey. She started her time at Rutgers Newark in 2007 and graduated this past January. And it's my great pleasure to present this award to Janelle Zapata Castellano. My colleague, Lewis Wells, was deeply disappointed not to be able to be here today to present this award. He's in the final stages of bout with COVID. That didn't come out right. He's fine. He's still potentially contagious. But he did want me to share some thoughts. So I'm going to say a few things, and then I'm going to put on my Lewis Wells hat and turn to Janelle and share his thoughts. The theater program at Rutgers University of Newark has had many students win this award, but none have been more deserving than Janelle. As I mentioned, she began at Rutgers Newark in 2007. I won't try to cover the amount of things that she did here or in the intervening years when she was not here. But it is worth mentioning that over the course of earning her degree, Janelle has carved out a career as a theater artist in New York, including founding the Step One Theater Project with fellow theater alumni Jasmine Arroyo. Step One is a remarkable company that develops new work in a radically egalitarian environment, and the program has been so impressed with what Janelle has accomplished that while she began her career at Rutgers Newark as a student, she actually ended up in the fall semester as a colleague, directing and producing the first play of the season. It's a kind of remarkable thing to have happen for those of us who teach. It's what we all kind of imagine as the best outcome of working with students. It was a remarkable production, done with incredible skill and sensitivity. I am going to turn into Louis now because he was really devastated that he couldn't be here to present this award to you. So he said a lot of things. In fact, he sent me 4 pages, which I can't really do, Janelle, so I apologize. But I wanted to start off with some adjectives. Janelle is persistent, consistent, brave, insightful, forward-thinking, progressive, inclusive, and a dedicated artist, activist, and I hope a future teacher. Janelle was a student leader at Rutgers Newark who resurrected a long dormant student theater group and with which she mounted several student productions, including one that was invited to a theater festival in New York, and I suspect had something to do with the foundation of the theater company, et cetera, et cetera. And so there's a kind of a legacy of achievement, but also of support of her fellow students and also of colleagues on the faculty. Janelle is remarkable. Lewis writes, I believe that Janelle Zapata Castellano is a kind of student any program would want in their ranks. She has brought unique insights and perspective to our program. Janelle is the kind of artist and activist that represents the best our program and our university has to offer. Congratulations.
And now I'd like to bring to the stage Dr. Wilmer Friedman, Biological Science Department Chair.
Good afternoon. This is a special day when we get a chance to congratulate and honor students who have really excelled and shown remarkable achievement during their time here in college. And some of our students really are exceptional. The first award that I'd like to give is the Bessie Dolphin Memorial Award. Bessie Dolphin, the late Bessie Dolphin, was a medical technologist. This award is presented annually to a pre-med student who has already been accepted in medical school. And the recipient of this award is Abigail Isaac. And yes. And as you know from Dean Mattis's presentation earlier on, she's an exceptional student, and she has been a biology major, and she is already accepted to medical school. And so it's a pleasure to present Abigail with this award. And clearly the biology majors who have excelled and who have been accepted to medical school have excelled in many ways, because our other student who is receiving an award for somebody who is interested in the health professions, who has also been accepted to medical school, who also received an SASN award earlier from Dean Mattis, whom I learned is not here today, unfortunately, Akshay Warrior. This is an award that is being given to a student who plans a career in the health professions, and since he has been accepted to medical school, that is clearly the case, and he's been in the BA/MD program, so certainly well deserving of this award. Unfortunately not here apparently, so we'll find a way to get his award to him. In addition to those 2 outstanding students, we have a number of students who are remarkably graduating with perfect 4.0 GPAs, and they are receiving the award for excellence in scholarship as biology majors. And I'd like to have them come up. I don't know if they're all here. Richard Cristobal, I've not seen. If you're here, come up. Donna Garanduca, please come up. Diana Ibrahim, please come up. Christopher Leonardo, please come up. And Tamiloluwa Owolabi, if you are here. Also, I think not here. These 5 individuals, unfortunately 2 are not here, have remarkably maintained a 4.0 GPA. They are outstanding students and scholars on their way to incredible careers in the medical profession. And also I was just informed by Diana Ibrahim that she's been accepted to veterinary school, which is very exciting. So congratulations to all of you. Donna? Christopher? Diana. The final 2 awards are for excellence in research. And we have 2 students who have worked in labs. That's been a challenge these last couple of years. As you all know, since everything has been difficult to do in person during our time with COVID, working in a laboratory has definitely been a challenge. But the award for excellence in research is being given to Johanna de Silva. Please come up. Johanna worked in the lab of Professor Ching-On Wang, and she was working on neural degeneration using Drosophila as a model. And Dr. Wang was very excited to nominate her for this award, and it gives me great pleasure to present you with this. And the final award in the biology department is the John Kiosian Award. And this is presented to a graduating senior who has shown promise in the field of research. And clearly, Karen Zuluaga is very deserving of this award, since I see she's also receiving an award from the Earth and Environmental Science Department. So someone who has been engaged in many different types of research, apparently. She has done her research in our department with Professor Nangao, who studies the gut and various different diseases associated with the gut. So it gives me great pleasure to give this award to Karen. And congratulations to all our award recipients. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now Dr. Phil Husky will present the Chemistry Department Awards.
Okay. So the chemistry department has 4 cash awards for 4 brilliant seniors, all with glow-in-the-dark GPAs. I'm going to start with the Fryer Memorial Award, going to Nicholas Verderamo. This award is named for Ian Fryer, who was the director of medicinal chemistry at Hoffman La Roche before he joined the Rutgers Newark chemistry faculty in 1985, working until the year 2000. His wife, a Rutgers Newark graduate, graciously established a senior award to honor his memory and reward student excellence in organic chemistry. Nick had the best record in organic chemistry among our graduating chemistry majors, but after completing a fully remote organic chemistry lab in fall 2020, not the ideal way to learn lab techniques, he decided to get some in-person experience by working as a paid intern at a small startup company this past summer. It was a fantastic idea. He got great exposure to hands-on synthetic organic chemistry and sophisticated instrumentation. So while Nick has always wanted to study chemistry, he's also had a hand in his helping with his family business. So he first earned an associate's degree in business administration before matriculating at Rutgers Newark as a chemistry major. And still he has continued his business studies here, winding up to be the very first chemistry major with a minor in real estate. Nick is now seeking employment as a chemist. So congratulations, Nick. All right, next up. Like for the Thompson Memorial Award, also given to a graduating senior for excellence in one of the subdisciplines of chemistry. This year, the award goes to Michaela James for inorganic chemistry. So inorganic chemistry as a subject is a bit odd because it's defined based on what it's not. It's not organic chemistry. Out of 118 elements in the periodic table, undergraduates spend a year studying the chemistry of one, carbon, that's organic chemistry. Chemistry majors spend another 2 semesters in a tough sequence of courses covering the rest of the periodic table. And among this year's graduates, Michaela was the best. Michaela, born in Jamaica like our dean, we'll find out today. Once she graduates with her chemistry major and biology minor, Michaela is planning to attend dental school. So congratulations, Michaela. Thank you. So next up for the Fails Award. The chemistry faculty selects the most outstanding chemistry major for the Fails Award. And this year the award goes to Maya Serrano. Maya was an excellent student in all of her courses and a successful researcher in Professor Yekla's lab on campus. As a result, she's now one of 3 co-authors on a recently published article titled Main Group Functionalized Polymers Through Ring Opening Metathesis Polymerization. It concerns the development of new chemical reactions, ultimately to make functional materials like membranes, resins, catalysts, and more. Maya also spent 10 weeks last summer as a WAVE research fellow at Caltech, learning to work with air-sensitive materials and metallic clusters. I should also note that at Rutgers Newark, she reestablished the Rutgers Newark Chemistry Society. I'm most grateful for that, and served as its president. And finally, I'm pleased to report that Maya plans to translate her science training into a career in education. She will soon be teaching chemistry at Inwood Academy in Manhattan while attending graduate school in the NYU Steinhardt Urban Teaching Residency Program. And finally, while we're on the theme of teaching, the chemistry department teaches a lot of large lab courses, and we're able to do this only with the help of talented graduate and undergraduate teaching assistants in our general chemistry, world of chemistry, and organic chemistry labs. A donation made specifically to honor general chemistry TAs, teaching assistants, allows us to make this cash award tonight. Brianna Morgan was a terrific TA, such a terrific TA that she was selected to oversee the activities of other TAs in a lab. We call this the head TA, usually a position reserved for a senior graduate student. Also, as a top-notch neuroscience and behavior major, Brianna was selected to be a research assistant in a lab with Professor Baker at the Campus Center for Molecular and Behavioral Neuroscience. Brianna will soon be applying to medical school. So please join me in just thanking them one more time.
And now I'd like to bring Dr. Everett Alzinga from the Department of Earth and Environmental Sciences to the stage to present the Herbert P. Woodward Memorial Award.
Hello, good afternoon. I am here to present the Herbert Woodward Award to Karen Suluaga. Karen just received an award also from the bio department. She's originally from Colombia. And the award she's getting is for general academic excellence in the earth and environmental sciences. Karen is very deserving of this award. She maintains a 3.7 GPA, which is impressive in and of itself, but becomes even more remarkable considering that she's actually doing a double major, not just in earth sciences, but also in biology. And on top of that, she's also doing a minor in chemistry. Okay, so she's doing a lot of work. On top of that, she has been serving as a research assistant and also as a mentor in the Garden State LSAM program. So her academic excellence clearly extends not just, it's not limited only to her coursework, but also is in research and in service. So yeah, I'm very it's my pleasure to present you with this award on behalf of the Earth and Environmental Science Department. Congratulations.
And now we'd like to present Dr. Vlad Knoll for the Economics Department Chairperson.
Hello, my name is Vlad Manol, and I have the pleasure to present the award for two of our best students. So we have Morris Beck Student Achievement Award in our department, and this will go to the graduating students which has the most excelled in their undergraduate studies in economics. And this year, the prize will be shared by two students, Ray Vaca and Alexander Stein. Unfortunately, they are not here to receive the award, but I want to say several words about them. So Ray Vaca is pursuing a joint BA-JD degree, and this year he completed the BA degree with a major in economics and a minor in legal studies. And in the same time, he started his full-time coursework at the Rutgers Law School. So what I like to say is the fact that Rai graduated with almost full A grade, so I think he has 3.97. I think he missed one, he had a B+. Also, I would like to say that in this summer, he will pursue an internship at Open Society Foundation, an NGO in New York City founded by George Soros. Alexander Stein also graduates, obviously, in this May with again a double degree, BS in finance and BA degree in economics. He transferred to Rutgers in the time of pandemics, and I discussed with my colleagues which had him in class. They were very impressed by his hard work and interest in economics, and his GPA is 3.9. Prior to starting college, Alex had an unusual background as a professional fighter in mixed martial arts competitions, and I think this will really help him to succeed with his dream to work on Wall Street. So, thank you.
Now, Dr. Belinda Edmondson, Professor and Chair of the English Department, will present the English Department's awards.
On behalf of the Department of English, I would like to invite Sarah Horn, Bishoy Butra, Ashley Darkwa Anto, Claudia Perez, and Caroline Vasquez to the stage. So on behalf of the Department of English, I would like to recognize the extraordinary achievements of our award winners who best represent the diversity of excellence that is Rutgers Newark. Among them is an active member of the military, a mother of two, a teacher, and a founder of a nonprofit. A few have worked full-time or close to it while carrying a full course load. Many are graduating Phi Beta Kappa, summa cum laude, with perfect GPAs or close to it. Some are going on to graduate school, some are going on to employment, some are traveling abroad, some are pondering their next step. They are, all of them, spectacular. Today, we honor them with gifts that include books published by our very eminent faculty and some cash. Two of our award winners cannot be with us today, so I wish to recognize Mercedes Pastrana, the recipient of the co-recipient of the David Diorio Award, and Jenny Sejmenovich, a recipient of the Certificate of Excellence. The Certificate of Excellence recognizes high-achieving seniors in the field of English. We have two of the three winners with us, Claudia Perez and Caroline Vesquez. Claudia is a Newark native raised in the Ironbound who started a cancer nonprofit in honor of her mother, Olinda Perez. She plans to teach English in Spain. Caroline, a double major in English and anthropology, you'll be seeing her later, is from Southern California and is interested in the intersection between armed conflict and storytelling. She plans to go on to a master's in fine arts in creative writing. Do we have their awards? Good. Thank you. Claudia? Congratulations. The David Diorio Award is given to a graduating senior for outstanding academic achievement. This year's winner is Bishoy Butra. Bishoy plans to go on to graduate school in theological studies. We also have another award for outstanding achievement given to Ashley Darko Anta. Ashley has been accepted into the MFA program in creative writing at Emerson College. Congratulations, Emerson. The Zaka Award is given to the student who best exemplifies outstanding excellence in the study of literature. It is the department's highest honor. This year's winner describes herself as a small-town girl from northern Florida who joined the Navy and started taking college credits while on active duty so that she could further explore the world. She plans to become a professor of English. Please join me in congratulating this year's Zaka Award winner, Sarah Horn. And give another round of applause again for all of our spectacular winners.
Thank you very much. Now, please welcome Dr. Beryl Satter, Professor and Interim Chair of the Department of History, to the stage to present this year's History Department Awards.
Okay, well, it's great to be here. We have several awards from the History Department. We have 3 recipients for the David Robert Friedlander Memorial Award. This is in memory of David Friedlander, a graduate of the Rutgers Newark College of Arts and Sciences, and is awarded annually to an outstanding senior graduating from college and majoring in history or pre-law. The recipients of this award are Daniel McKay, who is not here, Mariam Yassin, and Serene Housing, who is present. I'll say something briefly about the 2 who could not make it. Daniel McKay, he made the Dean's List every semester. He was awarded the City of Berlin Award, as well as the CSX Pride and Service Award. He will be inducted into the Phi Alpha Theta National History Honor Society on Thursday. Daniel's research seminar paper was titled Gentrification in Newark, Persecution of the Working Class, and it examined the omnipresent inequities in Newark, past and present. Professor Whitney Strube, who directed the thesis, writes that, quote, in multiple classes, Daniel has displayed a sharp and meticulous analytic eye
which paid off in his very strong paper that used an array of secondary and archival sources to argue that contemporary gentrification in Newark is but the latest incarnation of a class war that has been waged largely against the poor and working class in various guises since the 19th century. His capacious research skills and commitment to social justice will serve him well in law school and beyond. The next person to win a David Robert Freelander Award is Mariam Yassin. Mariam majored in history and minoring in Middle Eastern and Islamic studies, also made the Dean's List almost every semester. She too will be inducted into the Phi Alpha Theta National History Honor Society on Thursday. Mariam's senior thesis, titled The Noble Quran, the Most Authentic Book on the Face of Earth, argues that the history of the Quran shows that it has been uniquely preserved in oral and written form. Professor Leila Hamzi Erdoğdular was impressed with Mariam's, quote, hard work and inquisitive mind, writing that, quote, she asks critical questions and is persistent in finding answers. Mariam is an independent thinker and does not relent before a challenge. After graduation, Mariam is interested in pursuing a master's degree in history or religious studies, and in Mariam's own words, quote, becoming a passionate professor in the field, unquote. Our third award recipient is Serene Housing, and Serene is, we're thrilled to present the award to her. Serene is majoring in history and minoring in legal studies, ancient and medieval civilizations, and Asian studies. She's demonstrated strong academic work at Rutgers Newark, making the Dean's List every semester, and becoming a public policy fellow at the Rutgers Law School Center for Security, Race, and Rights during the 2021 academic year. Professor Negri Mercado, who taught Serene in 2 classes, says that she, quote, stood out as one of the most diligent, hardworking, and brilliant students in the class. While she tends to hide behind her quiet disposition, I was consistently impressed with her inquisitive nature and her voracious appetite for learning. After graduation, Serene hopes to attend law school and work towards a master's degree in history. Our next set of awards, the Edward Zabriskie Memorial Award. This award is established in the memory of the late Professor Zabriskie, awarded annually to the student who has consistently attained the highest grades in their history courses. Our 2 award winners are Molly Stevens and Megan Tomaselli. Megan Tomaselli. We are excited to present the Zabriskie Memorial Award to Megan for excellence in work in history. Megan, who is majoring in history and minoring in ancient and medieval civilizations, joined the Phi Alpha Theta National History Honor Society in 2021 and also began the department's accelerated BA-MA program in history. As part of this program, Megan took graduate coursework as an undergraduate. Professor Burl Satter, that's me, who taught Megan in a graduate class, noted that Megan chose to write her own final exam question for the class. The question Megan composed, comparing historians' analyses of women's relationship to power with a focus on how women of various class, racial, ethnic, gender, or immigration statuses both wielded power and resisted power wielded over them, was so compelling that many graduate students in the class used Megan's question for their own papers. Professor Satter, that's me again, describes Megan as a smart, dedicated, and extremely conscientious student who loves the field of history. Megan cares about marginalized voices, and she works very hard to learn from them. After graduating as an undergraduate, Megan plans to on finishing her history in the MA program. Congratulations. And the award also goes to Molly Stevens, who you have already met. We are excited to present the Edward Zabriskie Award to Molly Stevens for excellence in work in history. Molly has demonstrated strong academic work at Rutgers Newark, making the Dean's List almost every semester, joining the Phi Alpha Theta National History Honor Society in 2021, and graduating summa cum laude. Aside from excelling in the history major, Molly did graduate level coursework as an undergraduate through the department's accelerated BA-MAT program. Professor Karen Kaplan, who taught Molly in a graduate class this semester, said, quote, Molly is a super thoughtful, engaged, and curious student. She brings a lot of knowledge and a fresh perspective and is a joy to have in class. Molly plans to teach middle school in Newark while finishing the history MAT program. And we have 2 more awards. One person is present for it. This is the Sidney Zebel Award in History. The Sidney Zebel Award was established to honor Dr. Sidney Zebel, a professor of British history. It is awarded annually to the student who has consistently attained the highest grades in their history class. It's going to 2 people. The first is Randy Vargas, who is not present, but just briefly, Randy's a history major and psychology major who graduated magna cum laude and has been especially interested in the history of New Jersey. Randy's seminar paper explored police brutality and its effects on community relations in New Jersey and primarily Newark from the 40s through the 60s. Professor Eva Joie, who taught Randy in the research seminar, was impressed with, quote, the amount of primary source evidence that Randy used, which included a critical mass of newspaper articles as well as other documents and reports. The findings were fascinating as they showed the lack of leadership endemic to the Newark Police Department and how that led to a decline in police-community relations. Since the paper spanned a 25-year time frame, Randy could show how police policies on using overwhelming force in the 1940s and 50s laid the groundwork for both declining morale in the force and police brutality in the 1960s. So we honor Randy Vargas. And finally, I'm delighted to present the Sidney Zebel Award to Mahamour Sheikh. Mahamour Sheikh has done excellent work in history. She is majoring in history, accounting, and leadership and management, and she is minoring in Middle Eastern and Islamic studies. She's demonstrated strong academic work at Rutgers Newark. She made the Dean's List almost every semester and will be inducted into the Phi Alpha Theta National History and Honor Society on Thursday. Mahamour has done impressive research as an undergraduate in one project exploring the history and contemporary reception of Bhakti poets, and in another, the historical trauma of individuals during the Great Partition between Pakistan and India. Professor Audrey Trushke writes, quote, Mahamour Sheikh is a promising and flourishing student of history. She has shown a remarkable ability to ask good questions and find even better answers in her study of the South Asian past. I have no doubt, and I have no doubt of other regions as well. If we are all lucky, whatever she decides to do with her bright future will involve the study of history. After graduation, Mahamour plans to pursue graduate studies in the History MA program at Rutgers Newark. Congratulations.
And now to present our Math and Computer Science Department Awards. We invite the department chair, Dr. Mao, to the stage.
I'm pleased to present 3 awards from the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science. First award is the Computer Science Award. And this year's award is the recipient is Xavier Ablu-Sedano. And unfortunately, he's busy and cannot join us today, but he's not here. I still want to talk a little bit about his story. Xavier is born and raised in Cuba. He only came to USA 6 years ago. And shortly after arriving in the US, Xavier founded his own company called Boost Pilot LLC. And in conjunction with founding the company, he also began studying business at Union County Community College in 2018. And then 2 years later, he got his associate degree and transferred to Rutgers. And during the last 2 years, he has maintained 4.0 perfect GPA. And in addition to that, he has developed software products, Keyboard Racer, which is a typing game, a game with typing, Xchain is a blockchain application, FitGo, a website that lets users stream their fitness videos, and also develop an e-commerce website. So he has a lot of things on his plate, so I can understand that he cannot join us today. But I'm very happy to award him the Department Computer Science Award. Our next award is Ingrida Sodatova Award. And this annual award is established by Ms. Sodatova to recognize excellence among female undergraduate Rutgers New York students majoring in mathematics or applied mathematics. And this year, our awardee, the recipient, is Xiaofei Liu. Xiaofei. Let me say, Xiaofei is a math major and a computer science minor. She has a near perfect GPA of 3.94. She has a passion for data analysis and has held various research assistant positions and data analysis intern positions, including a recent intern position at Tencent Holdings WeChat Group. And upon graduation, she is going to continue graduate study in financial engineering. She got several offers, and she has yet to decide which school will be lucky enough to have her. Xiaofei is a student in the joint program between Rutgers New York and China's Northeast Normal University. So that means in September 2020, during the peak of pandemic, she cannot come to US to study. And we all had a tough time in the remote learning period. But imagine you had to wake up at 2:30 in the morning and get on a Zoom and to take classes. Finally, last year, she was able to come here. And, it's never easy to go to a different country and be away from your family and friends. And during a global pandemic, this really takes courage, persistence, and takes sacrifice. So I cannot think of more deserving recipient for this year's Ingrida Sodatova Award. Congratulations. And our third award, Samuel Greiser Award. It was established by Mathematics Department in honor of their colleague, Samuel Greiser. This prize is awarded to an outstanding graduating mathematics major or applied mathematics major. And this year's recipient is Joshua Turk. Joshua. Okay. Joshua majors in applied mathematics and minors in computer science. His nominated professor commented that he was the driver of class discussion, always pushing the boundaries with great questions. He has a real mathematician's instincts. And Joshua is not just excellent in class. For the last year, he was interning as a research analyst at Ipsos Market Research, and where he will become a full-time employee after his graduation. Great. And like many Rutgers New York students, Joshua worked while studying and just to support the study. And before his internship, he was a senior waiter at Cheesecake Factory restaurant. And he was an excellent one. He was also recognized for his excellence with a Staff Member of the Month award. So we're proud to have such a young man being the recipient of this year's Samuel Rice Award. Congratulations, Joshua. Thanks, everyone.
Next, Dr. Rafaela De Rosa, Department of Philosophy Chair, will present the Charles I. Biederman Award.
Hi, everybody. So nice to see everybody gathered in person finally. Oh, okay. Okay. So Rafaela De Rosa, I'm the professor and chair of the philosophy department, and I'm here to award the Charles Biederman Award, which is granted annually to a graduating major who demonstrates excellence in the discipline. And this year, the recipient is Maram Tai Elkiram. Let me say a few words about Maram, who I had the privilege to teach. And I want to say Maram is a remarkable student and citizen. Student and citizen, I repeat. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Despite the fact that she was taking between 18 credits or 21 credits per semester, she managed to find the time to help and to work with previously incarcerated people, just to make sure that they are given a second chance to enter society. In fact, she volunteered to tutor writing twice a week at the Northern State Prison, and she was the legal coordinator for the Mississippi Center. And in fact, her honors college thesis focuses precisely on how online criminal histories leads to a further kind of punishment to those involved with the criminal justice system, whether it is a minor or a major crime. And this further crime punishment being precisely the fact it's not easy to get back into society. So how do we solve this problem? Finally, something she's very proud of, and as she should be, she was selected to be one of 4 interns to work with the Drug Enforcement Administration Office, where she assisted DA analysts to collect information on illicit drug trafficking from a variety of sources. So Maram is a double major in criminal justice and philosophy, which is the best platform, the best position she could possibly be in to start law school. And that's exactly what she's going to do in the fall. She's been accepted into several law schools, but her two top choices are the Rutgers Law School and Seton Hall. She's still waiting to hear about details. So I have no doubt in my mind that she will be a fabulous attorney and she'll be able to serve the community at large in this very position. So congratulations.
Now, Professor Clodiu Stan will present the Department of Physics Award.
Thank you. Good afternoon again. I'm presenting the Betty Scuse Thompson Prize in Physics, which is a physics awarded by the Physics Department for students who have shown an outstanding record of achievement in the study of undergraduate physics at Rutgers Newark. And this prize was made in the memory of Betty Thompson. This year, the recipient of the award is Thomas Kaldavi. So I'll tell you a few things about Thomas. You see me a second time today because we had this year a very strong group of undergraduate majors who did a lot in terms of physics research. And among the strong group, the place where I think Thomas stands out is in the breadth of his achievements and in his involvement into the life of the department. And this comes from the fact that Thomas wants to become a college physics professor. And this means that on one hand, he got himself involved in everything that had to do with becoming a teacher. He tutored at not only here, he also tutored in physics in a high school program. He took all these new classes that we have in physics education, and he was one of the most active members of the physics club. So this was happening on this, the preparation to become a teacher. But at the same time, he was, the second part of his years here, he was actually involved nonstop in physics research. He was in my group since 2 years ago. And during this time, his task was to do data analysis in our experiments, in which basically we subject water droplets to extreme conditions using X-ray lasers. And what is happening is still sort of new and not well understood. And basically we need someone who is going to be able to look at thousands, actually tens of thousands of droplets who do interesting things, and basically understand what is going on and categorize that data. And Thomas has been diligently doing a lot of this stuff over the past 2 years. But that is not all. He also, last summer, he went to SLAC to do undergraduate research. And this is important because that undergraduate research at SLAC is actually part of a program which is administered by the Department of Energy at the national level. So it's called SULI, and actually the Department of Energy publishes the list of recipients every year since they established this. So if you go there, you're going to see his name. With all this, all the things that he did, I think he's in good track to do what he wants to do next. And what he's going to do next, he's going to go to grad school. He got into 4 different physics PhD programs, and he chose to go to the University of Rochester. And he decided to go to University of Rochester because at Rochester, they have a department that is one of the best places in the United States if you want to study nuclear fusion using high energy lasers. And you probably have heard that nuclear fusion is one of the most promising methods for solving the clean energy problem. So this is definitely a good idea for many physicists to, as a field to get into. But I also think it's a good idea for Thomas to get into it because this field is so important and so complex. That means that if he wants to become a college physics professor, he will get during his PhD great ideas about how to also have a high, an important undergraduate physics research program. So, congratulations, Thomas.
Thank you. To present the Department of Political Science Awards, we welcome Professor and Chair Dr. Antonio Vasquez Arroyo to the stage.
Hello. Officially, I think that we are like the Oscars already. What our time? But I won't tell any other jokes. You never know what happens. So I'm here to present two awards on behalf of the Department of Political Science. So first of all, I would like to invite to the stage Yusuf Ahmad, please. Yusuf is the recipient of the Benjamin Weisman Memorial Scholarship Award. This scholarship is awarded to a political science major entering the senior year. It is based entirely on merit, mainly grades in political science and social science subjects. This is an award that honors our late colleague and is supported in large part by the Weisman family. So, since my last name is Vasquez, I used to be at the very end of things, so I'm very succinct and brief. So what I did is that I collected what my colleagues said about all of them and picked the most salient formulations. So Yusuf, smart, very engaged, quiet person who does speak up, always thoughtful, and impressive critical thinker. Yep. Yep. The next award we have is for two students, Diana Garay, Samantha Sanchez. Please join me. This is the Heinz Silbach Award. This award is presented to a graduated student with the highest point average in political science. No, not yet. Diana is defined as intellectually curious, with a fierce determination to succeed, a deep commitment in improving the world around her, and she's going to be doing her master's degrees starting in the fall. Congratulations. Samantha, not only an excellent student who is thorough, exceptionally diligent, and utterly professional. Samantha. She's going to be going to law school in the fall. Thank you.
I'd now like to welcome to the stage Dr. Gerard Lamort to present this year's Department of Psychology Awards.
Good evening. So this year, the psychology department has quite a number of awardees, more so than usual, especially for the highest GPA. So our first award, the Joel Gurgis Memorial Award, named in honor of Dr. Joel Gurgis, it's awarded to the graduating senior psychology majors with the highest GPA, and we have 6 recipients who have a 4.0 psychology GPA. 2 of them have 4.0 overall GPAs. So we never had this before, so this is awesome. Okay, so first we have Emily Carolan. Yep. Okay, Kylene Lane. There. Okay, Kylene is one of the students with both a Psych 4.0 GPA and an overall cumulative 4.0 GPA. Okay, Ashley Fiola. Nope. All right. Brian Nolan. No one's here tonight. Okay, no worries. Okay, Angel Hazim. I know you're here. Okay. Okay, Sarah Nassim. No. All right. Okay, don't know if they're done there. Okay, then next we have the Lillian Robbins Memorial Award in honor of the late Dr. Lillian Robbins of our department. So this is awarded to graduating senior women with overall records of excellence and achievement in psychology. And first we have Samantha Novak. Are you here, Samantha? Okay, I guess not. And then we have Dayanara Sanchez. Please be here, Dayanara. No, not here. Okay. Does anyone want these awards? We don't know what to do with them. Okay. Well, congratulations to them anyway. And lastly, the Lourdes Casal Memorial Award in memory of the late Dr. Lourdes Casal here. We award a graduating senior who best combines intellectual excellence with social commitment. And that we have Yvette Castillo. Congratulations, Miss Yvette. She's an awesome student. She was in one of my classes this semester. She has quite an incredible life. So she works at the Y here in Newark with the at-risk population, adolescents. She does that. She is in school full-time here, a psychology and social work major, and she has 3 kids and a husband at home she's got to deal with. So superwoman right here. And let's see, what else do we have her? She has an overall GPA of 3.87, which is awesome. And she's going on to earn her master's degree in social work in the fall. So congratulations. Okay. That's it.
Next, Dr. Jason Byrd, Chair of our Department of Social Work, will present the 2022 Social Work Awards.
Hello, good afternoon. It is very exciting to be here and to be able to see everybody face to face, finally, after a couple of years. So, you know, we have 5 social work awards that I'd like to present today. And just to kind of start, to remind people that our social work department is both an academic department and is also a professional program. And so the students that I'm going to call up onto the stage, they are not only exceptional academics, but they're also very well-rounded human beings. And so, you know, it's very exciting to have to be able to present these awards to them. So I'm going to have them all come up, and then I'll do the awards. So Claudia House, come on up. Favor Izuchu Ku, come on up. Shayna Rivera, come on up. And El Khan, also please come up. We have one person who can't be with us today, Sarah Betros, but I'll say a little bit about her as well. So the first award, I'm very proud to present to Claudia, the Academic Excellence and Leadership Award. So Claudia is the president of our Phi Alpha Honor Society for Social Work, and as one of 6 students, she is the first to graduate from college. She's done a great many things for the Honor Society. They've really taken the reins and really became very, very self-sufficient this year. Claudia's been a big part of that. She's also been working to revitalize Newark communities through her work as an intern at the Lincoln Park Coast Cultural District. And if that's not enough, Claudia recently published an article about her academic journey and focus, which is a magazine for our New Jersey chapter of the National Association of Social Workers. So congratulations to you, Claudia, for we know that you're going to continue to do amazing things. Second, I'm very excited to present Favor, the Academic Excellence in Social Work Award. She's a first-generation American, is an honors living and learning scholar, and she completed her internship with the special education unit in one of Newark's high schools, where she provided individual and group counseling for at-risk youth. I know from personal experience that she's very respected and also considered to be a leader among her peers. And she wants to continue to work with vulnerable populations in New Jersey. So congratulations, Favor. We also are really excited to see what you're going to do next in your career. Third, the Department of Social Work is proud to be able to be part of the Chancellor's call for publicly engaged scholarship. And we do that in the department in a number of ways. And one of the ways we do that is by linking students with local agencies for their internships. Each of our undergraduate social work students has to complete 420 hours of internship, which not only gives the students this kind of invaluable, priceless opportunity, learning opportunity, but is also, according to the Points of Light Foundation, it provides a service to our agencies that take our students. And that service is valued at over $10,000 per student per year, which basically translates to a remarkable service commitment of over $1 million that our students are providing in service to Newark organizations and Newark community and beyond. So today, I'm really thrilled to celebrate Shayna Rivera with the Excellence in Field Award. So she worked with at-risk youth in Newark Public Schools, and she earned some of the highest marks for her initiative in assessing the strengths and needs of homeless families and providing effective interventions that helped to ensure every child was able to attend school and that many of them were able to graduate. She is an exemplary representative of the Department of Social Work and for Rutgers University. Our students basically go out into the community and they help to spread our kind of vision and our and the community's understanding of who we are at Newark. And she's done an amazing job. So congratulations. Next, we have the Phyllis J. Peterman Book Award. Dr. Peterman devoted 47 years to Rutgers University and is also one of my very favorite people. She served as associate professor and chair of our department for nearly 30 years until she retired just a couple of years ago. She was and remains a strong advocate for all Rutgers Newark students, particularly those who are residents of the city of Newark and the surrounding area, and who have worked to overcome adversity to be able to be here at Rutgers. So she and we as a department established a book award in 2019 to honor high-achieving, dedicated BSW students as they begin their work towards their master's social work degrees. And I'm excited to present this award to Elle Khan this year. So Elle is the treasurer of our Phi Alpha Honor Society. She is also a student liaison with Hawthorne Pride Alliance and an intern at Hudson Pride Center. She's one of the best writers we've had in our program, and she was recognized recently for her academic writing with an award at the 27th Annual Beacon Conference in 2019. She has a black belt in Taekwondo, is running for the New Jersey chapter of NASW Board of Directors as a regional representative, and has been accepted for graduate studies at both NYU and Columbia. And I believe you're gonna go to Columbia, which is great because you'll be able to represent Dr. Peterman very well there because that was where she graduated with her doctoral degree. So we are very excited to be able to present this award to you. And finally, last but not least, we are honored to present an award to Sarah Betros. So this is the Dean James Plummer Award, who Dean Plummer is now retired, but when he was here, he was a very strong supporter of our non-traditional students, our students who oftentimes had to take programs at night, and also our program students who are in some of our off-site programs. So Sarah Betros is a social work major at our Brookdale campus in Monmouth County, and it's important to publicly recognize all the work that Sarah has put into her studies. This is evident in her achievements as well as the ways that she's excelled at her internship at the Care One Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, where she provided assessment and care for vulnerable elderly clients and their families. And we're very proud to be able to provide this award to Sarah. And that's it. Thanks so much.
Please welcome Professor Kurt Schott to the stage for the presentation of the Department of Sociology and Anthropology.
Good evening. The Department of Sociology and Anthropology is pleased to present two awards, one to Erica Martinez and one to Caroline Vasquez. The first award is the J. Romney Award. It's given annually in memory of J. Romney, a former professor of sociology at Rutgers Newark. It's given to the most outstanding sociology major. The award goes to Erica Martinez, who unfortunately could not be here this evening. But let me just say a few words about Erica. She's a graduating senior who's majoring in sociology and minoring in legal studies. She's an outstanding student with a 3.75 GPA. Erica is also an undocumented student. And in addition to her successful academic career, she has pursued extracurricular activities that reflect her commitment in supporting immigrant and undocumented communities. In her time with Make the Road New Jersey and Rutgers University Dreamers, she has worked to expand opportunities and legal protections for undocumented individuals, including fellow students here at Rutgers. She also interned at the Eviction Laboratory, a research center at Princeton University, where she helped analyze data on how the COVID pandemic has impacted housing loss and displacement. After graduation, Erica will continue her work as a community organizer while studying for the LSAT. She plans to attend law school and become an immigrant rights lawyer. We look forward to her continued success. The second award is the Joni Huberman Award. This is given annually in memory of Joni Huberman, a 1979 graduate of Rutgers Newark. This award is given to a junior or senior anthropology major who demonstrates a commitment to anthropology, academic excellence, original insights, and a concern for humanistic values. This award goes to Caroline Vasquez. And this is Caroline's second award for this evening. Caroline is a graduating senior who's double majoring in anthropology and English and minoring in creative writing. Caroline is graduating Phi Beta Kappa. In the past 2 years, Caroline was also awarded the Adel Endowed Scholarship, which is given to anthropology majors who showed great promise of distinction. Caroline excelled in all their anthropology courses, impressing professors with their insight and writing ability. Caroline's writing and research explores the ways that storytelling, food, and armed conflict intersect and have shaped modern Guatemala and Korea. After a gap year to save up tuition money, Caroline will enter an MFA program in creative writing with the goal of becoming a writer and researcher. In the meantime, Caroline will continue developing their community engagement and communication skills at the Newark Museum of Art and Newark Arts. Based on their excellent academic performance during their time at Rutgers, we look forward to Caroline's continued success. Congratulations, Caroline Vasquez.
Now, Dr. Jason Cortez, chairperson of the Department of Spanish and Portuguese Studies, will present our next 3 awards.
Hello. Hello. Practicing that. Where's my PowerPoint? We're excited here to present our awardees, and it has nothing to do with the coconut shrimp that's been passing around. So Spanish and Portuguese studies, there are 2 things that really characterize, in my view, today, as I was driving in, the study of any foreign language and any foreign literature. One of them is this anxiety to open yourself to the other, right? Is this, I want to welcome that other person. I want to be, in many ways, me and others. But there's another element to being a foreign language and foreign literature student. And that element is grit, right? And perseverance. And really, really focusing on the craft of learning another language. What my mother actually calls a repeat offender, right? And my students here, in many ways, are repeat offenders. They come to us over and over again, looking for that energy, looking for that otherness. The first award that I'm that I have the honor to bestow today is the Award for Academic Excellence in Portuguese and Lusophone World Studies. This award goes to the graduating senior who's demonstrated outstanding academic achievement in the study of Portuguese or Lusophone literatures and cultures. And our recipient this year is Samantha Branco. Samantha is a Newark native, because you have to be. First generation grad, psychology major, some of our students are, and a minor in cognitive neuroscience. That was not enough for her, so she also had to be a minor in Portuguese. Repeat offender. She plans to pursue an MA in clinical mental health counseling in the future. She has a fellowship with Psi Chi, and she currently works as an assistant to a health clinic. Samantha Branco. You don't know where to stand. Our second award is the Israel Stam Memorial Prize Fund. This is award recognizes senior who's majored in one or more modern classical languages and have distinguished themselves by their own knowledge of that language and by understanding and appreciating literature. And this is in memory of Israel Stam, who was a professor of German here at Rutgers Newark from 47 to 74. This year's, we have two recipients. One of them is Laura Jimenez. Laura could not be with us today. This award has a monetary prize, so I will take that money with me. In any case, we do have Edward Eddie Veloso with us today. He's the second recipient of the Israel Stam Award. Speaking of repeat offenders, Eddie has taken more than one course with me. I don't know why. This keeps happening to me every semester. And he's been a joy in my courses. Also a first generation grad, Portuguese major, Latin American studies minor, Latino studies minor. He is, even though he will never admit to that, he is an artist. You see his face? And he is part of our Student Advisory Council, which is a student council that dedicates themselves in our department to do an event. One of them was an alumni roundtable. So you are part of the SAC and SPS and SASN at RUN. Anyway, one of the things that Eddie does on his on the side is a detailing business. So of course, if you need some detailing on your car, Eddie's your man. Eddie, Israel Stam Award. Our last award is for Outstanding Achievement in Spanish and Hispanic Civilization. This award recognizes outstanding academic achievement, superior contribution and commitment to the Spanish language, culture, and literature, civilization. The awardee today, this year is Carlos Rubio Arenas. Carlos could not be with us, so again, I will take his money. Thank you.
Next, Dr. Janae Wingfield will present the 2022 Department of Urban Education Awards.
evening. It is my honor and my pleasure to present this award to Emily Vu. In the face of a pandemic and post-virtual teaching, Emily confidently walked into one of Newark's largest high schools and successfully taught Algebra 2 honors to 10th graders and 11th graders this school year. Not knowing what to expect, Emily successfully taught. Emily built relationships with students, all while maintaining her major in math, her concentration in teacher certification, and successfully completing all of the hurdles associated with becoming a teacher. Emily will not only exemplify what it means to be a great teacher, she is also a leader in the community and a leader among her peers. One of the most memorable people are your favorite teachers, and Emily will serve as that for someone.
Now, please welcome Professor Kat Fitzpatrick to the stage to present the Women's and Gender Studies Program Awards for 2022.
Hello everyone, very happy to be here to present these awards and possibly award these presents. I've got two. The first one is the Bethany Amy Award for Excellence. We are delighted to give it to Jubilee Rexak, who I think isn't here today, correct? I don't think she could make it. Jubilee is one of the most genuinely thoughtful students I've ever had the pleasure of knowing, both in terms of her consideration for the other students in class and also in terms of her kind of serious and intense intellectual engagement. She is a double major in anthropology and women's and gender studies, and I believe that she intends to pursue graduate work in disability studies. We expect great things of her. So, an absentia Jubilee, woo! And then we have the Dean James Creedle Award for Leadership and Activism on campus relating to gender and sexuality, which we are awarding to Sarah Schobert, who I think maybe is here. She said she was going to come. I know, I'm not for two. There is no way, I only have a minute, so I don't have long enough to tell you all of the things that Sarah does. We're primarily awarding this because of her amazing activism around violence and sexual violence on campus and around kind of Title IX work, which is totally amazing. She is also, hang on, if I can get my phone to open, I have a list of some of the other stuff that she does, my lord. She is the Vice President of the Rutgers Pre-Law Society, the Chair of the RIUN Democrats Women's Caucus, the Senator and Speaker of the Rutgers Student Governing Association, and the Chair of the Sexual Assault Prevention Committee. God, I'm exhausted just reading them. How does she find the energy? So I'm going to keep the books and give them to both of them when I see them. Give them a big hand. Woo! And congratulations to everyone.
All right, we are moving into our last couple of awards of the evening. Once these awards conclude, please do enjoy our cocktail reception. We're so happy that everyone is here. Thank you so much for having joined us this evening. I actually have the pleasure of presenting the next award. The Dean of Academic Services Award is presented annually to a graduating senior for their outstanding leadership and service. And this senior is my go-to gal. She is the student leader of student leaders. She works in our peer advisor program in the Office of Academic Services. She's been our peer coordinator for 2 years. You're amazing. You're going to do amazing things. I hope you keep me updated. This year's award goes to Anna Guzman. I'm so proud of you. Now, I welcome my colleague from the Rutgers Division of Continuing Studies, Joseph Walsh, to present our next two awards.
So for those of you who are not aware, I represent Rutgers statewide. I'm the Assistant Director of Off-Campus Programs for Rutgers University, and which is a series of consortium agreements we have with community colleges around the state of New Jersey, stretching from County College of Morris in North Jersey down to Atlantic Cape in South Jersey, where Rutgers students are completing their degree there. It's a reverse commute. We send Rutgers faculty to those locations
for students to complete their degree. So the next two awards are for students who completed their degree entirely off campus. The first award is the Dean Norman Miller Award. This award is in honor of the founding Dean of University College Newark. The Norman C. Miller Award is presented to a University College Newark student who has completed the largest number of credits at Rutgers and has the highest grade point average. So this is Emily Carolan, who is, you've heard her name before, from the psychology department. And my colleague Morgan had done the biography for Emily, but she had a COVID exposure earlier this afternoon and couldn't be here, so I don't have a biography. So I would say on behalf of Rutgers statewide, we are pleased to accept this award on behalf of Emily, who is not here today. Sorry, I got old and my glasses don't work so good. So, excuse me. So the next award is the Cassie Edward Miller Award. This award is given to a graduating senior, preferably University College Newark or non-traditional student, in recognition of outstanding academic achievement, community service, and contribution made to multicultural understanding on campus. And this award is being presented to Cassandra Botnick, also known as Cassie. So Cassandra couldn't be here today, but I do have something to say about Cassandra. Those of you who read Rutgers Today may have seen Cassandra's story in the March 17th edition. So Cassandra's an off-campus journalism major, and what we found during her studies that she had a whole media empire of her own that we were not aware of. She is a famous, rather well-followed blogger, TikToker, and she catalogs her adventures traveling the world with her autistic daughter, who was born right at the beginning of her Rutgers studies. In fact, Luna, during the pandemic, her daughter Luna attended many courses in Zoom class with her, and Professor Robin Fisher from the journalism department had this to say. So, Cassandra would be in my class on Zoom with her baby in her lap and still be participating more than every other student. She's an incredibly smart woman, ambitious, adventurous, whip smart, and a terrific writer, and you're likely to see her as an established travel writer sometime in the future. Cassie herself said that her daughter Luna, and if you want to look this up, it's called Traveling the Luniverse is the name of the travel blog. She takes her daughter around the world wherever she can. So Luna's been with me since I first applied to Rutgers when she was in my belly. She's been there every step of the way with me, and when I go up to get that degree, I want her to walk up there with me, and I've already ordered her a little matching cap and gown. So Cassandra couldn't be here today, so again, on behalf of Rutgers statewide, we're very pleased to accept this award on her behalf. Thank you.
And last, but certainly not least, please welcome of the Office of Academic Services, our very own Mrs. Cynthia Hawkins to the stage to present our final awards of the afternoon.
Greetings, everyone. Good evening. So the first award that I'm going to present this evening is the Yolande Rubens Memorial Award. This award is a plaque that is awarded to a graduating senior who has overcome adversity and has achieved distinction as a student. This award is presented to the esteemed Mr. Nelson Antonio Reyes. And the next award that I'm going to be presenting, the final award for this evening, is going to be presented to a student from the Tau Sigma National Honor Society for the Rutgers University Newark chapter. And this award is presented to our Tau Sigma student who is a graduating student from University College Newark who has achieved a GPA over a 3.5 GPA, which is actually for this particular student a 4.0 GPA. And this is presented to the also esteemed Mr. Peter Espinoza.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. Congratulations to all the awards recipients. Enjoy our food and delicious drinks. Have a wonderful afternoon.